successfully schooled myself to forget. The truths that were so serious that I refused to take them seriously and played with gently. Oh, so gently, as sleeping dogs at the back of consciousness which I did not care to waken. I did but stir them and let them lie. I was too wise, too wicked wise, to wake them. But now white logic willy-nilly wakes them for me, for white logic, most valiant, is unafraid of all the monsters of the earthly dream. Let the doctors of all the schools condemn me, white logic whispers as I ride along. What of it? I am truth. You know it. You cannot combat me. They say I make for death. What of it? It is truth. Life lies in order to live. Life is a perpetual lie-telling process. Life is a mad dance in the domain of flux, wherein appearances in mighty tides ebb and flow, chained to the wheels of moons beyond our ken. Appearances are ghosts. Life is ghostland, where appearances change, transfuse, permeate each the other and all the others that are not, that always flicker, fade, and pass, only to come again as new appearances, as other appearances. You are such an appearance, composed of countless appearances out of the past. All an appearance can know is mirage. You know mirages of desire. These very mirages are the unthinkable and incalculable congeries of appearances that crowd in upon you and form you out of the past, and that sweep you on into dissemination into other unthinkable and incalculable congeries of appearances to people the ghostland of the future. Life is apparitional and passes. You are an apparition. Through all the apparitions that preceded you and that composed the parts of you, you rose gibbering from the evolutionary mire, and gibbering you will pass on, interfusing, permeating the procession of apparitions that will succeed you. And, of course, it is all unanswerable. And as I ride along through the evening shadows, I sneer at that great fetish which Kant called the world. And I remember that another pessimist of sentiency has uttered, "Transient are all. They, being born, must die, and being dead, are glad to be at rest." But here through the dusk comes one who is not glad to be at rest. He is a workman on the ranch, an old man, an immigrant Italian. He takes his hat off to me in all civility, because, forsooth, I am to him a lord of life. I am food to him and shelter and existence. He has toiled like a beast all his days, and lived less comfortably than my horses in their deep-strawed stalls. He is labour crippled. He shambles as he walks. One shoulder is twisted higher than the other. His hands are gnarled claws, repulsive, horrible. As an apparition, he is a pretty miserable specimen. His brain is as stupid as his body is ugly. His brain is so stupid that he does not know that he is an apparition, the white logic chuckles to me. He is sense drunk. He is the slave of the dream of life. His brain is filled with superrational sanctions and obsessions. He believes in a transcendent overworld. He has listened to the vagaries of the prophets who have given to him the sumptuous bubble of paradise. He feels inarticulate self-affinities with self-conjured non-realities. He sees penumbral visions of himself titubating fantastically through days and nights of space and stars. Beyond the shadow of any doubt, he is convinced that the universe was made for him and that it is his destiny to live forever in the immaterial and supersensuous realms he and his kind have builded of the stuff of semblance and deception. But you, who have opened the books and who share my awful confidence, you know him for what he is, brother to you and the dust, a cosmic joke. A sort of chemistry, a garmented beast that arose out of the ruck of screaming beastliness by virtue and accident of two opposable great toes. He is brother as well to the gorilla and the chimpanzee. He thumps his chest in anger and roars and quivers with cataleptic ferocity. He knows monstrous atavistic promptings, and he is composed of all manner of shreds of abysmal and forgotten instincts. Yet he dreams he is immortal, I argue feebly. It is vastly wonderful for so stupid a clod to bestride the shoulders of time and ride the eternities. Pah, is the retort. Would you then shut the books and exchange places with this thing that is only an appetite and a desire, a marionette of the belly and the loins? To be stupid is to be happy, I contend. Then your ideal of happiness is a jelly-like organism floating in a tideless, tepid twilight sea, eh? Oh, the victim cannot combat John Barleycorn. One step removed from the annihilating bliss of Buddha's nirvana, the White Logic adds. Oh, well, here's the house. Cheer up and take a drink. We know we illuminated, you and I, all the folly and the farce. And in my book-walled den, the mausoleum of the thoughts of men, I take my drink, and other drinks, and roust out the sleeping dogs from the recesses of my brain, and hallow them on over the walls of prejudice and law, and through all the cunning labyrinths of superstition and belief. Drink, says the White Logic. The Greeks believed that the gods gave them wine so that they might forget the miserableness of existence, and remember what Heine said. Well do I remember that flaming Jews, with the last breath all is done. Joy, love, sorrow, macaroni, the theatre, lime trees, raspberry drops, the power of human relations, gossip, the barking of dogs, champagne. Your clear white light is sickness, I tell the White Logic. You lie. By telling too strong a truth, he quips back. Alas, yes, so topsy-turvy is existence, I acknowledge sadly. Ah, well, Liu Ling was wiser than you, the White Logic girds. You remember him? I nod my head. Liu Ling, a hard drinker, one of the group of bibulous poets who called themselves the Seven Sages of the Bamboo Grove, and who